Okay, guys, this is very not safe for work.
Yeah.
So, put your headphones off or something, or if you don't want to hear this.
Yeah, if you're
But
at work sitting at your desk and listening to this podcast at full volume, we were talking about elephant cock, and now it's time to mute. Now it's time to put
yeah.
headphones in.
Let's be best friends.
Hello, I'm Cole Sauer, and welcome to Let's Be Best Friends, a podcast where I talk to people that I barely know and try and convince them to be my new best friends, because in times like these, who needs enemies? My guest today is a fellow Twitch streamer who recently just got partner and officially the smallest vegetable we've ever had on the show, TinyAsparagus.
Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello.
I love that you said welcome to my show. I'm a huge
Well,
fan of that. I love that you welcomed yourself to my show. I'm hugely into that.
I don't do a lot of podcasts, okay? So
No, it's
I'm a little
great.
nervous.
No, it's good. Don't be nervous. Welcome to the
Mm.
show. I appreciate you've taken over hosting duty because that means that I have to do much less.
Less work. Yeah. You know what? It's a partnership. It's teamwork. Let's go for it.
That's what it's about. Drive. It's about power. It's about I don't remember what the next lyric of that song is.
I don't know what song that is, but I know what it is, but I don't know what name it is.
It's the
Is
Rocks
it?
rap song. It's
Oh, I thought it was Pokemon.
it could be. It
I
could
thought it,
very easily be Pokemon
I
rap.
thought it was Pokemon.
Yeah, no, it
We
could
got
very easily
drive,
be
we got
Pokemon rap.
power or something. Gatorade maybe, Gatorade commercial maybe.
I like the idea of like it feels very 90s, like Ash Ketchum just like shows up on your screen and is like, "Hey kids, drink Gatorade," and just starts rapping. I feel like it's like a very mid 90s thing.
Do you like Pokemon?
I love Pokemon. I have a Torkoal right here. It's my favorite Pokemon.
Oh man, I have actually never really watched Pokemon or know anything about it.
I
I
uh
just downloaded Pokemon Go once and it burned up my phone and I immediately uninstalled it.
I had the same problem because I remember Pokemon Go was like everyone talks about it like it was this beautiful time in human history, and I agree. It was the closest we've ever been to world peace. But
Mm.
I had like an old shitty phone. Like I had like a 6-year-old phone when Pokemon Go came out. So they were like,
Oh.
yeah, so they were like, "Hey Cole, let's roll around and let's do Pokemon Go. It's gonna be really fun." And my phone couldn't fucking handle it. Like
Now I had like the newest Samsung phone and it was getting really hot after like 20 minutes and but I don't know too much about Pokemon, only, like Charizard and Bulbasaur and Squirtle and Pikachu,
that's all you
like
need.
the yeah. But there's actually some really cute um Pokemons, really, really cute Pokemons, but
What
their
you
names, sound weird.
what you don't know is that actually every Pokemon is just Charizard, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Pikachu in different forms.
Are you lying?
No, they all just branch out.
Why's your face telling me that you're lying? Huh?
I got an
Well, that's the show,
untrustworthy
folks.
face. Yeah. That's
Uh,
so for anyone who's curious, if you're wondering why the sun is up in my room, you can see my room. We're on EU time right now. Our
yes,
friend Tiny is EU'd out of her brain. She's in that UK mode. How did
yes,
that
yes, yes.
happen? Because I know you weren't born in the UK or in the EU.
Well, yeah, I'm originally from Yeehaw time zone, aka Texas. Yeehaw. But I
You're
travel a
from the
lot
K-Kona
and
time zone.
K-Kona. You know what? I recently discovered what K-Kona was on Twitch a few
Only
months ago,
recently?
and
I respect
yeah,
that.
like a few months ago, a few months back,
Mhm, mhm.
and it was because a fellow viewer was from Texas and talked about Walmart or something and used that email. I was like, oh my god, that's so Texas, and he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why it's K-Kona, and I was like, what email is this? And so I usually use K-Kona and I'm like, hey, hell yeah, brother. I always
Hell
use
yeah,
that.
brother.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. But it's really
Hell yeah.
funny. But no, I travel a lot, so I hop around a lot, and currently I am in Europe. So for the time I will be here for a little bit, but I most likely will go back to Texas. Of course, Texas is where my home is.
Yeah.
So I love
Did
Texas.
you like living in Texas? Like what got you to Europe? You just move around a lot kind of randomly, or was it like a school
Well, yeah.
thing?
Well, It was a little bit of work. It was a little bit of wanderlust, and amongst other things, and then it
Mhm.
all just kind of melted together, and I kind of fell in love with the how different Europe is cultural wise
Right.
in a whole than America. But it's only because, I always want to do something different, all the time.
Mhm.
I felt complacent, every now and then. So sometimes I just get up and do something until I completely fail. And then, because I always have it in the backdrop of Texas will always, Texas will be there,
Yeah, you can always
So
come back to Texas.
yes. So it's like, might as well just take a little risky doodah. But yeah, a little bit of work involvement and amongst other things and being a vagabond and
I
making it
love
work.
vagabond as a word. That's a fire description.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a little bit I mean, of course, I'm not I like backpacking. I used to do that a little bit, but not
Yeah.
like a hardcore obviously I established myself somewhere and stuff like that. So I mean, but that would be kind of cool. Like I don't mind people that live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Just not for me per se,
Is
especially
it
with lunchbox.
is there somewhere where you haven't settled, where you haven't lived that you could see yourself living in? Like, do you have, like, a bucket list?
Yes, I kinda wanna live in, like, Spain,
Ooh.
or somewhere in that area. I did really, really wanna live in Japan for a really long time. I visit
Mhm.
there and backpacked there with a girlfriend of mine for about, like, 3 months,
Okay.
and that was a lot of fun, but I just think now as I have been growing up and kinda learning more about, Japan, I don't think I would wanna live there. I think I
Yeah,
would just
that's what
like
I
to be
hear.
yeah, I would love to extend the vacation there, but I
Yeah.
don't think working and living there would be something that I would wanna desire as I used to. I'd be like, "I wanna live in Japan. Oh my god, blah, blah, blah," but not so much anymore. It's more
Yeah.
like
I
yeah.
I hear that's the thing is that I hear people visit it and it's, like, beautiful and they absorb the culture and all that kinda stuff, and then if you live
Mm.
there, like, the working conditions are awful and, like,
Yeah.
things like that. It's, like, not like that, not a place to live. And so are you a language person? Because I know you speak, like, a fair amount of Japanese. Are you, like, fluent or
No, I used to be pretty conversational, I would
Okay.
say, but I don't study it as much as I used to. My one of my running goals that I've always wanted to be was a hyperpolyglot, and, so that means just picking up being more than trilingual, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was really into when I traveled to a certain country, I would love to study as much as I could
Yeah.
just so I can be a little bit conversational. Of course, I was in Japan for, several months, so I when you're leaving Tokyo, for example, and you're going to other places that don't really speak that much English,
Mhm.
it forces you to use the language, and of course, I had the desire to. So, it definitely helped, and then made a whole bunch of friends, and you constantly keep talking in that language is really nice.
Yeah.
But then I went to Europe, so I started picking up the Scandinavian languages and stuff. So,
Ooh.
um, I am fluent in Norwegian, but can understand a little bit Swedish. But that's about it.
Like,
Japanese, I'm pretty conversationable with. I could say certain things, but if someone especially had like a dialect or something, like a Okinawan dialect or like even slang from like Osaka, I probably wouldn't
right.
understand.
You have, like, yeah, kinda like a more like, I guess, like, a more beginner kinda grasp on Japanese.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, for sure. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because I feel like
Um,
I feel like when you know, like, the basics of a language, it kind like, you get to be able to be conversational, and then I feel like getting to, like, that master level is learning, like, the slang and, like, the little, like, intricacies,
yeah,
right?
like yeah, native speaker. Yeah, so I would, yeah, I know like what what everyone that is not a non-native speaker would be learning,
Right.
like the, you know, proper Japanese. So it's always when you learn too, you're always learning proper.
Yeah.
So super polite. So it's like I can't be saying like super, super thank you to, someone giving me a tempura box in Japan. They'll think it's like really weird,
Yeah.
like even, they're very culturally different, but that's how I learned it. So um of course, you start to learn the casuals and the impolites and stuff, but you know,
Yeah. Were you
it
like
is
that
what it
when
is.
you were a kid too? Like, does America have, like, a language? Because like, in Canada, we learn French in school. Like, I don't know if
Mm.
Americans have that.
Yeah, you when you're in when you're in high school, you can pick a language, and sometimes in grade school you can kind of get into it. But it's mostly, I think, in high school.
Right.
I learned in Texas, everyone learned Spanish,
Yeah,
or
because it's
that's
like
like the
right on
most
the border,
popular.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
personally actually picked French, and I did French for all through high school.
Bonjour.
And yeah, bonjour, je m'appelle uh, mini asparagus. I don't know. That's actually Japanese, but I know how to say poche the pipe or something like that. It's
Nice.
mining the pee or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know,
it is.
but I took that for 4 years, and then when I went to college, I didn't take any other language classes, and
Mm,
I completely just when you don't practice it
it
a
called.
lot, you just yeah, you don't retain it
Yeah.
anymore. So I can only say, désolé, and little things, but I can't understand. Yeah, after 4 years, I wouldn't be able to understand
Hey,
someone speaking fluently French.
welcome to Canada. That's citizenship, baby, right there. You
Yeah,
just
because
earned Canadian citizenship because
but
everyone in
isn't there like
Canada.
a lot of French Canadians in Canada, right? It's very
Not
like
really.
a lot of people speak French.
Not really. We have an image
Really?
of it. So Canada, this is my like tinfoil hat theory. I think Canada has the best PR team of any country on the earth because
Oh yeah.
everyone talks about Canada like they're so nice. They're like, they're so tolerant. Like people aren't like racist up in Canada. People don't, there's no guns in Canada. Everyone knows two languages, like all that kind of stuff.
Mm,
But what
mm.
it is that we all learn French. I think we all start in like grade 5 or grade 6, depending on what province you live in.
Yeah.
We
Mm.
learn French for like 10 years, and then no one goes to Quebec. So no one has to keep the French. Like, I only knew
Yeah.
French because my family is from the East Coast. So you have to go through Quebec, and in New Brunswick, which is right next to Quebec, it's the only official bilingual province in all of Canada. Um,
Oh.
so everything is English and French. Like every sign, like in Ontario, which is where I live now, the like packaging is French and you might find French around, but everything's in
Mm.
English. If you go to New Brunswick, it's like a clean split. And if you go like up north, everyone speaks French. If you go like closer to Quebec, everybody speaks French. And then if you go closer to like Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, everybody speaks English.
It's funny. I travel not like a lot, but I travel, at a time,
Mhm.
and it's funny. I've never been to Mexico and I've never been to Canada, and it's like the most closest places to me when
That
I'm in the
is funny.
States.
I
But
feel like it's wild that you lived in Texas and didn't go to Mexico.
yeah, I know. I was supposed to go to Mexico last year for a bachelorette party,
Ooh,
but obviously COVID happened, so
yeah,
it got canceled. And I was really into like studying Spanish. So I
yeah.
was like really like hightailing my studying for like a few months. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be like talking to Spanish with all the girls. Everyone's not gonna know, but I'm gonna know. It's gonna be so great. And then
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, sorry, it's canceled. And I was like, oh, no
that
worries.
sucks.
But I still study Spanish. Okay, but there was this place that I keep hearing a
Okay.
lot of people telling me it's in Canada, and they say it's like the K Kona of Canada.
Ooh, I love that.
It's like starts with it's Berta or something.
Alberta?
Berta. I don't know. I
Al
don't know.
Alberta, brother. That is the case. It's the Texas of
Okay, that's
Alberta
what I
is
heard.
famous for their rodeos and oil. They're basically
Oh,
Texas.
okay. That's basically Texas right there. Holy shit.
The
I've never
Calgary
been, of course,
Stampede,
but
brother. I've
I
actually also
mean,
never been. So
have you been to Niagara Falls? I would love to see
yeah,
that place, but everyone tells me it's not like the greatest, but I still want to see it
I
because of the
think
barrel lady.
I think I think Niagara Falls
You know
is
what I'm talking, you
beautiful.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
talking about? Yeah, she's all like, yo, I'm gonna do
I
this.
got.
Fuck everybody.
I got this one.
She's like, put me in a barrel, seal me up. I'm jumping off this shit.
Yeah, no, Niagara Falls
I
is
love it.
beautiful. I think the problem is that especially if you grow up, because like I think I've always lived like an hour or like hour and a half away from Niagara Falls. So I think if you
Mm,
grow up near it or like something like that, if you're in like the northeastern part of the country, like it's just Niagara Falls, it's not a big deal.
mm,
But like I think people
mm.
forget, and I think it's like anything, right? Like if you live anywhere that has some kind of like natural monument, you're gonna forget how fucking cool it is. Like
Yeah.
the Canadian side of Niagara Falls is gorgeous And I don't even say that biasly. Like even if you talk to people from New York, because you can
Mm.
cross the border and be in America and see Niagara Falls, or you can be in Canada and see Niagara Falls. And apparently
Oh, okay,
everyone
okay,
says the
okay.
Canadian side is way prettier.
Mm. That's true, that's true, that's true. Yeah, I never been. I always wanna see. I know that, Canada, is so big, and, that there's so many I meet so many Canadians that, in Texas that have moved from, Canada, but still have their residency
Yeah.
in, they're not changing their passports or anything like that, but, um, it's interesting. I just never been. So I always assumed, everyone speaks a lot of French. I know there's a big, um, uh like, legal for the ganja and stuff like that up there and stuff
Yes,
like that.
sir.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to visit, to see, but and I know that it's kind of like you go farther up north, it's probably really pretty with the snow and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah. No
Yeah.
one ever goes there though. Again, like Canada's funny because it's so fucking big, and Canadians
Mm,
don't like to travel. Like statistically, it's like a thing. Canadians
mm.
are one of the. I remember reading an article about it where like Canadians are one of the like cultures that are most likely to just stay in their hometown. Like they're just born and raised and live wherever they live.
Oh, and you guys got that plastic money.
We do got plastic money. It's awesome because
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
if you're like drunk and you fall asleep with like money in your pocket and then you put it in the laundry the
Mm,
next day, still good. It's made of
it's fun,
plastic.
yeah.
You're good to
I
go.
have the purple one. I think it's like $20 or it's I don't know. I think it's purple or it's green or something, but it's pretty cool.
Welcome to Canadian welcome to the Canadian citizenship what test with Cole. What color is the $10 bill in Canada?
The $10 bill in Canada?
Yeah.
Is it purple?
It is in fact purple.
Oh, really? Okay, then I have $10 then.
Nice. You have $10
And I and
Canadian.
I and I only have that because of a friend. They were like, "Here, take." I was like, "Oh, cool," because they went to Canada, and I have it because,
I
how would I
was
have
gonna
the currency
ask
if I never
how
been?
you just get like someone just like, hey, what's up, Tiny? You want 10 Canadian? Do you want
Yeah, they were like, "Look how cool this is." Like, "Oh, can I have this?" And they're like, "Yes."
we actually for a while, I don't know if we still have them, but we had the $10 bill. They did like a special edition one. And it's vertical. Like the
Oh!
picture on it is vertical rather than horizontal. It's very
Oh,
cool.
that's kinda cool.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
It's very cool. Like, but that's also how boring Canada is as a country. And I love Canada. But like that was a big deal. Like our $10 bill
Mm.
became vertical and no one shut the fuck up about it for months. Like they were like,
I
you got
also know
all
about
these
your
cool
Looney and
vertical.
Toonies.
Yes, sir. And they're awesome. I'll fight for Loonies and Toonies until the fucking day I die.
Goonies?
No, God, I wish. We
Oh,
should.
Loonies and Toonies.
Yeah.
Looney and Toonies. Yeah, I have a lot of viewers from Canada,
Really?
and yeah, they're always like and streamers too. Also, like obviously you. There's a few other Moss Harder streamers that are from Canada,
Nice.
and they're always like talking about Loonies and Toonies, and I was like, oh, the cartoon. They're like, no, they're like coins in Canada. I was like, oh,
I've never
cool,
thought of that.
bet.
That's so funny.
Yeah, because we don't obviously, I'm American, so we don't have. I don't know. Are they legitimately called Loonies and Toonies, or is
Yeah.
that a slang?
Nope. Dead ass. They're from the Canadian government. They're minted as Loonies and Toonies.
And they're like considered a dollar, $2,
A
$3?
loony is $1. It's called a loony
Okay.
because it has a picture of a goose on it, like a loon. And then a
Oh
toonie
shit.
is $2 because it's a toonie.
Because it's a toonie.
It's two loonies. It's a toonie.
Oh my god. Okay, 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 okay. I thought it was just like, Canadian slang,
I
or
think it's real. Like I at the very least, if it's not called a loony, I have no fucking clue what to call. I guess just a $1 coin. But I've never heard anyone call it anything other than a loony. Like I've been all over Canada. I've been all over the East Coast. Everyone just calls it a loony. You just take your
But
pocket of loonies.
do you guys also have other coin currency besides those two, or
Oh yeah,
that's it?
we got like dime, like normal, like dime, quarter, nickel.
Oh,
No
okay.
pennies. We don't have pennies in Canada.
Okay, 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 okay. Because okay, I see, I see, I
Everything's
see,
just
I see.
rounded. Everything gets
Mm,
rounded, and no one
mm.
fucking carries coins on them below the age of like 60. So
I know, yeah.
everyone's plastic out of their
That's
mind.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. True.
The first time I went to America, I remember I was so weirded out by the idea of dollar bills because like I knew that you guys had them because I watch like, American television, but like I took a bunch of American money out. I went to Michigan and then I bought like food and they gave me dollar bills and pennies. And I
Mm.
was like, holy shit. Like I didn't realize these were real. Canada stopped making pennies like I want to say like 10 years ago, like a while ago. And we've never
Yeah.
had dollar bills. So like I was like, why the fuck do you have dollar bills? This is such a waste of paper.
Yes.
Just make
We
more
got
fucking
we got
coins.
$2 bills too, and we
Do
have, like,
you?
half dollars and silver dollars. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, obviously, they're not, very frequent, but,
Mhm.
like, yeah, we got pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and then we have half dollars and then we have the golden dollar with the Susan B. Anthony, I'm pretty sure, and then, a
Like a
silver
is it a
dollar.
coin?
Yeah, they're coins.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, and they're bigger. They're like, they're quite big. And then we obviously have the dollar bill, and then we have the $2 bill.
There's no shot
Uh,
$2 bill's a real thing. Are you serious?
yeah, $2 bill is a real thing. And people, it was really funny. I don't know if this is a Southern thing, but we always kind of been growing up on $2 bills are always lucky, so you never really spend them. But some people think they're unlucky because it's such a weird, not so many people. I have
Yeah.
a box full of $2 bills. No shit. Because
Just in
I
case.
don't spend them. Yeah, I just don't spend them because they're supposed to be good luck. But 50s, we also have a $50 bill
Yep,
that
we have that.
I always think they're bad luck, so I always have to spend them right away. So it's
That's
very strange.
I think that's just called capitalism. I think America just kind of poisoned you with capitalism because they're like, don't spend those small bills. You want to spend the big bills. Those are
No,
actually
but
you want those gone.
I think up north, Northern American, and they don't care. They spend whatever. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, 50s, hundreds, 20s, whatever. I just think maybe it's I don't know. Maybe my mother. I don't know. Yeah, it's just maybe she's just ingrained in my head for some reason, or I don't know. I
Does your
just for some
mother
reason
does your mother often want you to buy her big gifts? Maybe it was just like a hinting
no, no, not at all.
thing.
My mom is so I don't know. She's so old fashioned and so like she don't care about that stuff. She's more like, you don't call me enough. I don't care. You know what you think about me, Griff? You can't buy me my love. Where's my phone call? That kind of, say she's very like, oh my
You
God.
can buy my love.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
like, I
that.
don't want this. Where's my phone call? You need to call your parents. That kind of deal. She's like more actions, less, gifts.
That's
She
good.
don't
That's a
care.
good thing. But and I feel bad because and I don't think my mom watches the podcast, but like the difference in time between here and New Brunswick, where my parents live, is an hour. And
Mm.
even then, I'm like, that's a lot. Like, I don't know. I don't know
I
about calling
mean,
mom. Sorry. Like, that's an hour.
yeah, when I was in Texas, I don't know. I probably was away from 45 minutes or something. I felt like the same way. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a long drive. This is like even though 45 minutes in Texas is nothing, and I don't know about. Do you guys have a lot of public transit in Canada?
It
But in Texas,
depends
it's
on where
pretty
you
bad.
are. In the big
Oh, okay.
cities, yeah. In the big
Mm.
cities, you can usually like, especially in like Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, the public transit. Like Toronto has the best public transit in all of Canada that
Oh,
I've
okay, okay, okay.
experienced. But most places will have like buses at least.
Yeah, in Texas, well, I can only speak for Dallas. It's pretty atrocious. It's like
I've
everyone,
heard.
if you don't have a car, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, I've
So,
heard.
I mean, I think they're getting better with like the trains and stuff, like
Yeah.
the little, but it's still so far away.
Mm. Well, shit, we've already been sitting here talking. I got completely wrapped up in conversation. I'll be completely honest with everyone out there in TV land. I'm a little hungover for this episode of Let's Be Best Friends. And in the interest of transparency, it's 9:20 in the morning. I went to
So are
bed.
we.
No, it's great. It's fine. I have my I had this bag of A&W at 5 o'clock in the morning, quite drunk. And now we're here 4 hours later. So
Hell yeah. So
welcome
did
to
you
the
have a good
show.
time at the birthday
Oh
party?
yeah, no, yeah, it was great. We played the new. No, what am I saying? No, fuck that. Welcome to the show. We're doing the
No.
fucking show.
Okay, well, at least tell me what did you drink?
Oh, too much. I drank. So I was drinking White Claws all night because I
I've
was
never had a
like,
White Claw.
Do they have them in the UK? I don't know if they have them.
Well, I'm in Norway, so no, they don't have it in Norway, but I'm pretty sure that they maybe they do, and I just don't look for
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if they do. I don't know if there's a UK or EU brand of
I mean,
White Claw.
if it's what is White Claw considered
It's a vodka
alcoholic
seltzer.
seltzer?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's different ones. Like you can get Smirnoff Ice that
Mhm.
has. What's really interesting about Smirnoff Ice is everywhere except for the United States, it's mixed with vodka, but in
Yeah.
the United States, it's mixed with malt. It's like a malt
Ew.
beverage. Yeah,
I
it's pretty.
I fucking hate malt. I don't know. I hate
Yeah,
malt.
it's interesting. So there's like vodka and Smirnoff Ice and like other seltzers like ciders and weird.
Yeah.
I mean, there, yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's things that are comparable, but I know about White Claw because of my sister and stuff drinks it, and I guess it's the you know
I
hashtag White Girl Wasted drink.
It is for sure, and it's because I only started drinking it because I used to hate soda water my whole life, and then
Same.
I started drinking it because the pandemic started, and I was not taking it well. I'll be the first to say. So I was drinking
Mm,
way too much, and I was
mm,
getting fat because I'm usually a beer and like dark liquor guy, and you can't do
mm.
that because if you just drink beer and dark liquor all the time and you don't leave your chair and you just sit and grind League of Legends all day, you just get fat. But if you drink vodka seltzers, you don't get fat.
I see. Okay, I see your logic here.
Gyms are
Um,
closed and vodka seltzers are in.
yes, I've never had, but I heard that they're tasty. I
Yeah,
usually just drink beer.
yeah.
I just drink a lot of beer,
I
so,
miss beer. I miss beer so
yeah.
much. I
What's
can't.
your favorite beer?
Ooh. There's a local brewery around Toronto. I think it's in Hamilton, which is like maybe like an hour or two outside of Toronto. It's called Collective Arts, and they make a sour that's really good. And I'm not normally into sours, but
Ooh,
it's
okay.
it's very good. It's like grape jam, grape jelly sour or
Oh,
something like
shit.
that. It's very, very
Oh,
good.
grim.
Yeah. It doesn't
Oh,
typically
damn.
taste a lot
Okay.
like grape. It mostly just tastes kind of like sweet, like jelly. It's very good.
And it's, really bubbly kind of maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Okay,
mm.
god damn it. Why are you so good at this? Okay, we need to we
Okay, sorry, sorry, sorry.
we need to get the
I
show.
sorry. Oh, I was like, welcome to the show." Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh no,
Okay.
the show is happening, but I have like okay. Hey guys, welcome to Be Best Friends, the show where Tiny is a better host of the show than I am today. Um, Here on Let's Be Best Friends, we like to make the guests feel as cool and comfortable and calm and ready to go. The we find the lubrication of conversation is done
Ooh.
via interesting
Mm.
hobbies that the guest chooses. And so I always ask the guests what's something that they would like to do on the show that would help them, be relaxed, so they can enjoy a nice, cool, common conversation. And
Ooh la la.
so what we figured out is what we decided on is doing a little jigsaw puzzle, which I do have to reconnect to because we sat idle. Oh, your hand is there. Wicked. So we're doing a jigsaw puzzle, ladies and gentlemen's, and he's and she's and theys. We're doing a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, shit.
So why a jigsaw puzzle? Out of curiosity? Like, do you do a lot of jigsaw puzzles? Is this a thing for
Um,
you?
I used to be in I don't know, I feel like I go in weird of course it's normal, I feel like, but in weird fads. So,
Yeah.
of course, when COVID hit, I read a lot of books, and I wasn't really into be on the internet, because I obviously discovered I knew a little bit about Twitch, but I didn't
Hmm.
ever care to be on the internet or try to stream or anything like that. So, when I was, uh not locked up, but, when you're isolated and stuff because of
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
reading I always read a lot of books, but I started picking up, jigsaw puzzles. I would buy, like, the 100,000 pieces no, 1,000 pieces,
I was like,
and
holy
just, like,
shit.
go on the yeah, go on the floor because I never had a big table enough to do it, so I'd always go and put, like it's so ratchet. I used to take baking paper. Yeah. I used to take baking paper and put it on the floor. So I have I had a hardwood floor and stuff, but put baking paper and then like line it and then try to put the puzzles on it. And then afterwards I take my laser pointer and get Munchbot to destroy it every time. It's actually a very nice
I
satisfaction.
love that. You get the satisfaction of building something and also the satisfaction of watching someone else destroy it.
Yes. So, I mean, it's really cute. But yeah, I was really into doing that alone, break my neck a little bit, it hurts, but no pain, no gain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like
yeah. That's how you get gains in COVID. Is you do jigsaw puzzles on the ground and have your cat destroy them.
like just hunched over, like no light, just, alone and
Like
and just
pure gremlin mode. Just
yes.
curled up in a corner with the lights off, just like I need one more piece.
Yeah, so they would take me about depending I usually always got the 1,000 pieces. So
Hmm.
it would take me, I don't know, a good week on and off, because I would strain my eyes a lot, like even when it was like a lot of light, just staring at it, trying to
Hmm.
find the puzzle pieces kind of annoying. So I always had to refresh my mind and stuff. But and then I actually found about this through another streamer friend
Okay.
that was doing this on their stream. And
Hmm.
I was like, and people were joining, and I was like, oh my God, this is really cute. So actually, I was like, oh my God, when you asked me about um, doing an activity, I was like, oh my God, I always want to try this with someone. We
This
should do
is
it.
this is great. Like I literally can't remember the last time I did a jigsaw puzzle. I used to do them with like
Really?
yeah, I did them. I used to have. I remember one of my favorite toys growing up. This is such a fucking weenie thing. When I was a kid, one of my favorite toys growing up was this like I think 100 or like 250 piece puzzle that was the map of Canada. Such a fucking weenie answer, but that was like one of my favorite toys. I would literally just like sit there, I'd make it, and then I would take it apart and I'd put it in the box and I'd shuffle it up again, and then I'd put the pieces down and I'd do it again.
That's cute though.
Just
That's cute
over and over
though.
again. Little like I don't know, like 7 or 8 year old Cole was just like, and I didn't like when anyone helped me because like they would fuck my process up. So like my mom would be like, "Do you want to help me make your puzzle?" I'd be like, "No,
No, go away.
no, go
I
away."
never I never done puzzles when I was younger.
No,
I think I yeah, I never really honestly, we didn't me and my sisters, we didn't really have we had an active imagination, but we didn't really have much like toys.
right?
I don't
W-
know, like books, I read a lot of books, and my of course then later, my sister, my older sister, she's the one that kind of gave me a lot of advice on streaming stuff because she was a former mixer partner and stuff.
Oh,
She played
nice.
a lot of video games. Like I'm talking like the old, Nintendo 64, all that weird old stuff. She was all
Yeah,
up in that stuff for years. And I'm over here like, I mean, I guess I played with some dolls before, like little
yeah.
dolls and stuff. But puzzles, never. I never really it really picked it up as a free time when I was younger, unless it was like something involved with like grade school or something.
Yeah. So were you like a gaming household or
Mm, no, I don't think so. I think my sister was, and of course, she was supported, so she
yeah,
wants these, things. Of course, they're like, oh yeah, whatever. I guess I could, well, a little bit because I've watched her,
yeah.
so many times playing video games, and I definitely did play one game on the computer once, and it was called Sims or
Oh
something.
yeah.
But I literally played it for like 30 minutes, and I was like, I'm over this. I really like to be outside a lot, like riding bicycles, like looking at slugs, walk really slow on the sidewalk, that kind of deal. Like,
That old pastime, just looking at slugs.
yeah, just pretending, when you get a stick, you pretend it's a sword and you're like, yeah. And then you
Oh
realize when a
yeah.
car drives past, you get embarrassed, you're just like
That
that kind of, young and stuff.
I miss being that's like the only thing I miss about having like really like young cousins that I used to like hang out with at family reunions is they'd be like, "We're gonna play Power Rangers," and you'd be like, "All right, cool. What are the rules?" And they'd be like, "Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out." And they would just fucking take off,
Yeah, kids are interesting.
and you have to just like chase them, and they like pick up a rock, and they'd be like, "Okay, this is how you play Power Rangers," and they like fucking throw it into like a forest, and they'd be like, "Okay." The game has started. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, someone said like, who was it? I don't remember who it was, but it was kind of true. The kids are funny to watch because they're like young adults that are just constantly drunk. That's say because they say the craziest, stupidest shit. They're so like out of it, but it's cute. It's kind of cute, because it's kind of true. You're like, it is kind of like they're watching small humans just act a fool for,
Yeah,
and they're so honest, you know?
they're just little crackheads. Children, if they're like
Yes.
if a child is like, I don't know, I feel like between the age of, like, 3 and, like, 6 or 7, they're just little crackheads. They just run around doing crackhead shit, and you have to chase them around. You have to follow them. They have an
Holy
endless
shit.
gas tank, which is the only part I don't like because 'cause they're like, come and chase me, Cole, it'll be fun," and I run for, like, 2 minutes. I'm like, "Bro, you don't understand this. I'm like 220 pounds, dog. I'm not doing this today. Come on now."
So do you have a big family with a lot of, young kids, a lot of
Yeah.
nieces and nephews?
I come
Mm.
from, uh, I come from farmers. Like, my mom's side of the family is all, like, a farm
Oh,
family, so it's like everyone like, my mom only had 2 kids, I only have 1 brother, but, like, everyone
okay,
else
okay,
in my
okay.
family had, like, 4 kids. Those kids have 3 or 4 kids, so the family is, like, pretty big.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Like, we do family reunions, and we go to, like, my grandma's farmhouse, and there's, like, 80 people, and,
That's kinda
like
fun, though.
it is. It's really hard to, like, bring people to, though, like,
Ah, yeah,
anytime
yeah,
I've
yeah.
brought, like, a girl or, like, someone I'm seeing over to the family reunion, and I'm like, "Okay, there's gonna be, like, 80 fucking people, and they're all gonna try and fuck with you because they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
they're all bit people." So, like, my uncle the first time I ever brought a girl to the family reunion, my uncle, like, pulled her aside and was like, "Just so um, grandma's gonna say grace, and then there's gonna be a section where you're gonna, stand up and introduce yourself." And just kinda tell us a bit about yourself. And I didn't know he told her this because
Holy
like,
shit, that's
he,
awkward.
like, pulled her aside when she was, like, going to the bathroom like that.
Mm.
So, she's, like, sitting down and, like, everyone is, like, taking a seat, and she's, like, visibly stressed. So I was like, "Are you, like, okay?" And she's like, "Your uncle told me that there's gonna be, like, a you didn't tell me there's gonna be, like, a stand-up portion." And I was like, "There's gonna be a what? What the fuck are you talking
Oh my
about?"
god.
And she goes, like, bright red, and she's like and she, like, points, and she's like, "Your uncle," and I see him, and he's losing his shit, like, he's like
Oh, so he was fucking with her?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah, he's
god.
like he's losing his shit, snickering in the corner, and I was like, "No, you do not have to introduce yourself like an AA meeting,
Oh my god. 80 people was probably pretty big too. That's
it's
like
way
almost like
too
a
many
family
fucking people."
reunion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, that is a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
Do you do it every
Um,
year
we do
or
it
like every holiday?
like every holiday, yeah,
Oh
it's a
shit.
lot, yeah, it's like the major holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter,
Oh yeah, you guys celebrate Thanksgiving in October.
yeah, it's way better, it's so much better. There's so much time in between. Like, I don't understand American Thanksgiving. You do American Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday, and then, like, what, like, 2 or 3 weeks later is Christmas?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it's so fast. Like, October, you
Yeah,
get
it's
all of
very
November
condensed.
to do whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you want. We just have to worry about, like, Remembrance Day, which I guess isn't, like, a holiday per se.
Do you guys eat turkey as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's,
so
like,
okay.
the exact same. Like, even we watch football, I
Oh,
don't
really?
know. Yeah. We watch football, we sell cars, like, it's the exact same holiday, basically. It's just not it's just not in November. I don't know why the fuck you guys have it in November.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't celebrated Thanksgiving in I don't know. I think I went last year, I think. I think Thanksgiving.
So
But
I was gonna ask, do you find yourself doing, like, American shit even though you live in Norway now? Or
no.
do you, like,
I
really
mean,
change your do you change up the culture every time you move somewhere?
um and I don't know if it's changing or just don't do it. I mean, uh like for instance Christmas, of course I always will be home or I will do something with myself or
Right.
whoever I'm with, and celebrate, but like for example like Thanksgiving, no, like if I'm here, no, because it's not really you can't get turkey, like you can't really get turkey and celebrate and get those kind of things. So
There's no
it's
turkey in Norway?
no, there is, it's just like it's definitely not popular.
Really?
So it would be kind of difficult, yeah.
Huh.
Um Like, they have, like, getting a whole turkey bird is very difficult, I think, in Norway. I mean, like, for example, like, the way that they celebrate Christmas here, they eat this thing called, it's like pork belly.
Oh,
Like,
fuck yeah.
It's called ribba, and then they basically it's like crackling pork and like a big pork belly that they bake in the oven with,
Yeah.
and then there's pinnekjøtt, which is like basically these bones that you just like I don't know. I'll send you a picture of it. It's
That's
just very interesting.
dude, why is everything from Norway so fucking metal? Can they relax? Like,
There's a lot of metalheads in Norway.
I
It's
know they're
crazy.
like
Yeah.
Vikings. Like
Yeah.
that's
It's
real
either
shit.
Yeah, it's either you get, I always find the fashion, very interesting here. It's very minimalist with,
Okay.
you got your gray, you got your blue, you got
Mhm.
your beige, and then you got your white, and you got like your bubble jackets. Okay. Everyone wears a bubble jacket. Okay. All right. Everyone's
Like the
bubbling
jackets
up.
that have the like kind of like ridges
Yes.
on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes. It's bubble jacket galore over here, guys. Okay. It's like if you don't have a bubble jacket, you ain't Norwegian, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
then there's like that kind of style where it's just, minimalist, modern, simple. And then you got metalheads. I'm
Mhm.
talking all black, fucking raging, guitars and makeup. It's pretty that's actually pretty rad,
That's
It's
sick.
a underground metal scene in Norway is quite active and it's really cool.
I love the juxtaposition of that too. Like it's true because every time you like, I feel like when I think of like any like like anyone from like Scandinavian area, I think of them as being very like put together and looking much better than me. And then I remember that there are dudes walking around with like mohawks and head tattoos going to like
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Rammstein concerts, and I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
the fucking the juxtaposition that causes must be fucking insane.
Yes, it's pretty wild. It's pretty cool actually. But of course, when you get to bigger cities and stuff, of course, when the diversity is bigger, you'll see more people with, creativity and amongst things, but I think a lot
Yeah,
of overall it it's a cold, 10 months out of the year, so
true.
you're just always kind of covered up,
I can't
all the
relate.
time.
Can't relate. Doesn't get like
Yeah.
that over here.
I bet it does. It's same weather kind of, no?
Yeah, it's not currently 2 degrees Celsius outside. That would be cringe. That'd be so
Do do you get a
cringe.
lot more rain than snow, or is it just kind of is
It kind of depends because like this year I was reading, apparently, if anyone's curious, I was reading the Farmer's Almanac because I'm still a fucking dork. And according
I
to
love that.
it's because
I love
my
that.
my mom, so like I said, she's from a big farm family, so they read the Farmer's Almanac religiously every year. So even to this day, my mom buys I don't even know where the fuck you buy a Farmer's Almanac, but she buys the Farmer's Almanac. She'll read it and then she'll tell us. It's like horoscopes for old white people. Like
Oh, I love that. I love that.
they like read it and they're like, okay, so in the beginning of November, the moon is gonna be like it's gonna be a new blue harvest moon, which means that the crops are gonna like wilt early, and it means that snow is gonna like it's literally like horoscopes, but for like
Ooh.
plants and the weather. It's fucking awesome. It's so
How
sick.
how do your, parents feel about, isn't there I heard about something that they might take away daylight savings time, and isn't that, like, just for farmers' benefits? Like, did
Yeah,
your parents ever talk about that?
they don't give a shit. Like it's
Okay, they don't give a shit? Okay.
like it's one of those things that I feel like daylight savings time is something that everyone like argues about on the internet, and then in real life, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
true
never
true
met
that.
anyone other than just being like, I am tired and it's dark out, and I would rather not be tired and it be dark out. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone gives a shit other than like cat owners because cats are
I do
fucking annoying.
I do agree with you. I feel like it's a internet thing. A lot of people are just get salty. They're like, "God damn it." Um,
It-
especially on Twitch.
yeah, people just I think it's one of those age old things that we'll argue about for the rest. It's like Groundhog Day. Like people argue if Groundhog Day should still be a thing, and I think it's literally like people just get bored and they need something to argue about, and so they pick something
Yeah, yeah,
weird.
yeah.
They pick a hill to die on,
It's
and they're just like,
so
"Fuck it, I'm
it's so
dying on this
Western
hill."
culture to complain about something,
That's
like,
what I
when it's
mean.
this minor inconvenience, it's like, "No, I'm gonna take this to grave." It's so true.
No, I need to argue about this. Someone argue with me.
It's very I mean, I hate to say it, but it is kind of I don't know, I mean, I feel like everywhere you go, people are, if you look for it, you'll find it when people
Oh
complain and
yeah,
stuff. But I do find overall in Europe, it is very lax. Like, they don't care as much as on the little things, like, the yeehaw Americans.
the the pure K-Kona Americans.
Like, yeah, the pure K-Konas, like, of course, but, if I look for it, I'm pretty sure I find someone that's really grumpy all the time, but for the most part, everyone's more or less like, "Wait, what? Nice. Okay, we'll get around to it. No big deal." And you're like, "Okay, all right, cool."
I
Like,
love that. I love that everyone apparently has like a morning DJ voice. Like, all right, we'll circle back to that. That'll be a good thing to come back to later. Coming up next on the show.
yeah, it's like, oh my god, like what, like for example, for example here, like in like Norway, if you get the dentist appointment,
Okay.
right, to
Yeah.
make an appointment for your teeth and stuff, you can cancel it, but you still have to pay for canceling it. Like,
Right.
so you got to be making sure that you go there. So it's always funny. They're just like so calm, and they're like, and someone upset, they're like, "Well, I don't want. I know you take my money." They're like, "No, no, sorry. Well, you just you made an appointment and you just can't make it and you didn't
Hey.
cancel. So yeah, we're gonna take the $60 from you and you just can't complain anymore." And they're just like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and they're just like, "No, no, okay." It's pretty funny actually.
I think that's like I think that's the one thing I noticed the most like culturally because I think like Canada and America are like way more similar than anyone I think gives it credit for. But
Hmm.
I think the one thing that's like culturally different is Canadians are way less willing to put up a fuss about something. Like
Yes, yes, yes. I
a
think
minor inconvenience happens in America, and there's like, this is a fucking outrage. This is against my
yeah.
rights as an American. I'm being
It's
fucking
very
oppressed.
Karen. It's
Like,
very Karen. And of course, yes, of course, I think, obviously the media too is a little bit to blame because,
yeah,
they
absolutely.
amplify these things and that's all you want, that's all you see, So of
Yeah,
course, there's so many great things that happen in America that is, underlooked because of, who'd rather see all these the beautiful little goats getting saved from a sewer in a small town and kid saves the day versus two Karens battling it out at Starbucks. People are going to want to see the two Karens at Starbucks,
I,
and
was
that's
like,
just the thing.
I
And
fucking know what
see,
I want to see. I know what I'm like. Fuck those kids, bro. I want to
yeah,
see the
yeah,
Karens fight. I'm a part of the problem.
yeah. Oh, goats are saved. Don't give a fuck. Oh
I
my
don't give
god, they
a
almost
fuck.
lost their limbs in the sewers. Oh, look at those two girls fighting with that fucking receipt over fucking Starbucks. Who has the largest hair? Oh my god.
That's right.
Yes, I
That's right, brother.
can't go. And it's like it's just so, you know, it is what it is,
That's right. It's like when people like I remember when I was in college, I took like film courses and all the people
Mm.
that like I took the courses with were obviously very like I don't want to say douchey, but they were like very if you're watching, I'm sorry. They were a lot of them were very like kind of I don't know, like hipsters, right? Like they were very like, you know,
Okay, okay,
kind
okay,
of
yeah.
up on their
I
own
see.
opinions, right? And
Oh, I
then
see, I see, I see.
I love trash. I fucking love trash. Call me a raccoon because I fucking love trash. Like the Kardashians, I love that shit. When I found out, like, there was two things trending on Twitter. There was the big trial going on, and there was Pete Davidson is clapping Kim Kardashian, and that is the story I gave a shit about. Like, trial could
Oh
not give less
my
of a
god.
fuck. Didn't click on that shit. Kim Kardashian did what? Absolutely, I'm there.
Wait, what did she do?
Kim Kardashian. So this is the latest drama. Okay. Do you know who Pete
Okay.
Davidson is?
Yes, my dad, what's funny? He calls them butthole eyes.
He does have butthole eyes. He is a ugly human. He has a weird face. I showed my roommate. I was telling him about this, and my roommate doesn't follow celebrities at all. And I show him a picture, and he goes like, he looks like he drinks pong water. And I was like, you're not wrong.
That was holy shit. There, there was a time I was at my parents' house. Oh, back and he was on SNL or something like that.
Yeah.
We're watching SNL. And he was on there. And my dad, he's real chill, whatever. He's like, damn, that guy looks like he got butthole eyes. And I literally just couldn't stop laughing because it's like, why that the description? And my dad's like, oh my God, this guy's not funny. But I mean, it was like yes, but that's water. It was pretty funny. Okay, so tell me, wait. So tell me
Yeah, yeah. So
the drummer.
so I don't know if you know this. He was engaged to Ariana Grande for a really long time.
Yes,
Like,
I knew about that. I knew about
yeah.
that, I think. Yes, yes, yes.
So then they broke up or whatever, and she married like a real estate agent. And then recently, Pete Davidson was seen in downtown LA holding hands with Kim Kardashian,
Mhm.
former wife of Kanye West, and she was wearing the Yeezys. She was wearing Yeezys, and everyone lost their mind because they were like, "How are you gonna wear your ex-husband's shoe brand when you go and fuck Pete Davidson?" Like,
Do you think that it might be publicity calculated, you know?
I
Just
don't
so
think either of them gain anything from that. I don't know how
you don't
much
think so?
crossover there is.
The exposure, you know what I'm saying? If
True,
anything, it makes Pete more, you know, because bad publicity is still good publicity, right? So what if it's
true.
calculated? What if they're actually just real homies and they're like, you know what? Let's just go outside and just hold hands for like 5 seconds. It will literally cause everyone to have their pants. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna wear some Yeezys too. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if Kanye was on the phone with them and was like, yeah, I approve. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
because it's all, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's almost it benefits everyone in a way because
I
it's speculation, you know, like of course, you know, what if it's not?
I love
And
that
you
in
know,
this theory that you've crafted, that celebrity culture is just like primary school. Like it's like it's like
yes,
4th grade when you're trying to fuck with everybody and you're like, "Let's say that we're dating just so
yes,
that people fucking lose their minds."
yes. Because people will be like, oh my God, because immediately thought is why Kim go with butthole eyes, you know?
I here's my theory. This is my theory about it because I think they are clapping cheeks. I think they are touching butts. And I think, and this is official, this is a Let's Be Best Friends exclusive. I think he has an elephant dick. I think he has a huge,
You
huge
think so?
dick. The Ariana Grande to Kim Kardashian pipeline is only what else is it? It's not his face. Like
It could be his personality.
no one is that funny. No one is funny enough to fuck Ariana Grande and Kim Kardashian in the same lifetime. I
Well,
don't
what
agree.
if he was the pioneer? What if he was the pioneer?
If that's true, then he is the most inspirational man I've ever seen in my life because
I mean,
I
I don't know.
pray to be that funny one day that I can, I can.
I mean, I've seen his skits on SNL. They're not the greatest, but I wouldn't doubt that that individual is a sweet person. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
I'm
You
sure
know?
he's a great guy. I think he's a very funny like writer, but nobody's that funny. I've been funny a long time. I have been funny and single for a very long time. Nobody is that funny. Like
So you think it's just his pee size?
I think he has a huge dick. I think it's the only other explanation. Or he
But
like
I feel like a lot of individuals that like penis penetration,
yeah,
I do feel that statistically having the biggest PP
right.
is not the greatest
True. Absolutely.
because it's just going to be painful. So, I mean, if he has elephantitis on his PP and he's going around fucking all these girls, you know, like they might be like, oh my God, they'd be waddling like a penguin. So it's like maybe I think it's more like I think it's more like the personality. There's something in him that is attracting these individuals. Oh my God. You
I
know
love
what? Speaking of penguins, there was a
yeah.
bar in
Speaking of
Dallas I
penguins.
used to go to called One Eye Penguin, and I used to not know what the One Eye Penguin meant. And they had a mascot with like a penguin outside, and it was like
Yeah.
a skeezy upstairs in this because downtown Dallas is, you know, there's buildings everywhere, right? You know, it's like
Yeah.
the skeezy upstairs dive bar, like
Love
the
that.
dive, like yeah, it's like out of everything in downtown, it's like lounges, you know, hotel bars, and you got this
Yeah.
easy, really popular, infamous,
Yeah.
dive bar.
Absolute dump that everyone loves.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
called One Eye Penguin, and I used to live down there, so I used to walk there all the time, and, I was like, "Oh, yeah, what is," you know, I never knew, you know, what One Eye Penguin meant, and they had, like, a little mascot that people could wear and stuff, and the owner was there, he's always usually there, and he explained what it was, and, I definitely was like, "Well, that's interesting." But he's like, "Oh yeah, I named this bar because you know when you fuck a girl, you know, and something like you punch her in the eye or something, she wild like a penguin after you're done." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like it's so
Holy fuck.
derogatory and just so vulgar. I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, you know that's why she got one eye open. She wild like a penguin. It's one eye penguin." I'm like, "Oh my
Oh
god!"
my
And then I
god.
found out, and then I found out what Abraham Lincoln was that night too, and I was like, "Oh
Oh
my
yeah, okay,
god!"
wait. Is Abraham Lincoln what I think it is? It's to do with how he died in
No.
in a
It's a
sense?
it's a se it's a sexual move in the bedroom.
What is an Abraham Lincoln for the fans at home?
Okay, guys, this is very not safe for work.
Yeah.
So, put your headphones off or something, or if you don't want to hear this.
Yeah, if you're
But
at work sitting at your desk and listening to this podcast at full volume, we were talking about elephant cock, and now it's time to mute. Now it's time to put
Yeah.
headphones in.
Okay, so Abraham Lincoln is where you do someone.
Yeah.
You gotta supposedly it's you shave your pubes,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
and then you shave your
Interesting.
pubes. Okay, so this is it's premeditated. Okay,
Yeah.
there's steps along to
Planning.
this
Yeah.
action. Yes, so you have to have you have to have your pubes, shaved pubes, and then
Okay.
you're like doing someone in the behind or the back. You know,
Right.
so they're you're behind them,
Yeah.
and then you're supposed to spit on their back so they're surprised, and they turn around, and that's when you jizz on their face and throw your pubes at their face to make a beard
Oh
like
no.
Abraham Lincoln. That's what Abraham Lincoln. I learned that night. I don't know if it's
There's no way
bullshit,
that's real. There's no
but
shot. Can you, in a world where you like hook up with someone on like Tinder or Bumble or whatever, and someone just throws, like, it doesn't even have to be pubes. If someone threw hair at me in any sense, I'm swinging. Like,
yeah, but they just
that's
like
what,
grease
well,
or
like,
glue.
I'm thinking like,
And
okay,
then
I'm putting myself in the mindset of like, I'm like going to
uh-huh.
hook up, right? I like meet this guy, whatever. We're gonna fuck, right? I
Mhm.
am prepared for semen to enter this equation. I'm prepared for it, right? If
Yes.
someone threw hair at me afterwards, I'm swinging. Like I'm gonna be stark naked, jizz on my face, and I'm swinging. I'm gonna start swinging punches.
Well, what if it's consensual? What if he wanted to tell you that's what he wanted to do with you and you were like cool with it?
I can't imagine a world in which I'd be like, yeah, you know what? That sounds hot. I want you to throw your fucking pubes. In my face." This might be the most NSFW episode.
Okay,
Let's
sorry,
be
sorry. We'll
honest.
go back to Pokemon and children throwing rocks in the forest for
Right.
Pokemon games.
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
shit.
Hey, if you were a Pokemon, what if you were a Pokemon, what weird sex thing would you be into?
Jesus Christ. If a Pokemon looks like a penguin, then it's a one-eyed penguin.
I think there
Um,
is I think there is a one-eyed penguin Pokemon.
I wouldn't know. I
I
know. Isn't
think
there like 300 Pokemons? There's a lot.
there's like 800 Pokemon, Tiny. There's
No,
yeah, bro. There's so many Pokemon.
that's a lot of
I'll
Pokemons.
literally I'll Google it right now. I swear to God, there's literally like a billion Pokemon.
I thought it was like 360 or something.
Maybe
Like
when we
or
were like
like
12.
the OGs, But I
There was
guess I get it.
150 originally. There's okay, wait. I want to play a game with you. Do you ever watch The Price is Right growing up?
I have seen it. Yes, I have
Okay.
seen it.
So you're familiar with the closest without going over rules?
Yes, I
So
am.
I want you to take a guess at how many Pokemon exist. I'm going to give you the hint that it's above 500. How many Pokemon exist currently in the year of our Lord 2021?
Okay. Well, you kind of already said something, so I'm gonna say 850.
There are a grand total of 898 Pokemon.
Ooh, almost 900.
There are too many fucking Pokemon.
That's a lot.
I think I could literally name you like max 100. Like max.
Because they started with a 130.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
150, I think.
Pokemon's been around for such a really long time, so it
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense that they
yeah.
would just make more and more Pokemon.
But still, that's too many, I argue. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's too much to catch up with. And
yeah.
I bet honestly, when you start making more and more, there's gonna be so many that just kind of look similar,
Well, and some of them are
You
going to be
know,
one-eyed penguins, which
I'm pretty sure there's a penguin Pokemon. I'm pretty sure there's
I
a
think
penguin
there is too.
Pokemon then.
I think he's one of the newer ones. There's also one. So there's this one Pokemon that you're having sex with.
Oh my god, please. Okay, so I don't know if that was real or not, but at the
No,
time I was like,
no
oh my god.
shot, no shot.
I mean,
That's some
give me
Urban
Urban
Dictionary
Dictionary right
shit.
quick.
That's you know what the problem is? It's Urban Dictionary's fault because I think there's ops in Urban Dictionary who just type shit and are like,
Mm.
this will be funny. And I agree, that's fucking hysterical. If any human being has non-consensually done that to another human being, you deserve to rot. I'm sorry. You go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not click $200.
Holy
That's so
shit.
fucked up. That's got to be a hate crime or something. I don't know. That's got
Yeah.
to be something.
I mean, the whole yeah, even the bar owner guy was, the way he was, laughing about it and stuff is just like, well, this is
Yeah,
you know,
there's no
I mean, he
fucking
based
shit.
his whole bar based off of this funny um sex move towards, a partner
Which
or
is
a lover.
bonkers, honestly. But I feel
Yeah.
like bars are like indie bands. I feel like people think that people put like all this thought and care and they like, oh I named it after this, I was in France and I had the great experience of my life and so I named a bar after it. Most
Mhm.
people are like, nah, this word means like titty in Spanish. So that's what the bar is called. We just thought that would be kind of
Yes,
funny.
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. I feel like, there's so many, and plus bars come and go, honestly. Guys,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you ever seen that show Bar Rescue?
Yeah. Oh, I love
Oh
Bar
my
Rescue.
god. Yeah,
I
that's
love
pretty
that
brutal
show.
though.
It's so
Sometimes
brutal.
it makes me question how I drink certain drinks at certain places
Right.
based off that show.
Yeah, if I like cuz I worked in bars for like a really long time. Like that was my how I like paid through college and stuff.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I fucking love like Bar Rescue, Kitchen Nightmare, all those shows because you watch it and you get like a different perspective when you work in bars and you watch
Mhm.
Bar Rescue because you're like, yeah, fuck that guy. Like this guy's an
Yeah.
idiot. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Like this bar looks like
Mhm.
shit. I would be so much better in this bar. It's so great. It's so petty.
Yeah, I mean, crap, like, I've worked in the industry, I've worked in the, food industry for quite some time as well,
Mhm.
and I just know, like, I don't know, when I watched certain shows like that, Bar Rescue, I was like, "Holy shit," even when you work in a service or at a bar, even when you're clean and tidy, you see those things, you're like, "Oh my god, it hurts my soul," and stuff. So
Yeah.
I personally would, if I go to a certain dive bar, I don't order certain draft beers and shit like that because I'm like, I don't think they clean their lines. Like, I don't think the
Yeah.
line is clear. I will fucking get a bottle or canned beer, like, that I know that looks very popular, that I know it's gonna be like it's recycled, it's there. You know what I'm saying? I would never, I don't know. It's very, but then you never see like those nice looking bars, and then you do an inspection and you see their draft lines and it's like there's mold in there. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How can you miss something like that?
My dad got to a point cuz we used to watch them all together those shows cuz
Mm,
he was in restaurants for like 20 years. So like he watches those and he's like, and that son is why I only drink beer out of cans. And that's
yeah,
true. When he goes to
yeah.
bars, he only drinks shit out of cans. I didn't realize it until then because he was like, I can't fuck with a can. Can's a can.
Yeah, yeah, it's, pretty gross.
So okay, so let's talk about this. I want to talk to you about streaming. How did because you said you weren't really into video games. So how did streaming
Yes.
come about for you?
Okay, so, well, it happened because of COVID,
Right.
of course, and I was like, "You know what?" My sister, she was on Mixer for quite some time. She was,
Hmm.
like, partnered on Mixer. She'd been doing this for a business for several years, she's video games is her passion, right?
Okay.
And I was like, "You know what? I'm bored.
Hmm.
Can't do anything, can't go outside. Now I just have to be on I'll try this internet thing." And I was like, "You know what? I wanna do drunk cooking. I just wanna go on the internet and make some food
Yeah.
and then, blah, blah, blah." So, I picked Twitch because I knew of Twitch because of a friend of mine, that was like, "Oh, yeah, like, I'm starting streaming on Twitch, you need to be on chat and support me and talk
Right.
to me and stuff, like a view and stuff." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna go make a screen name." So, that was, like, in 2019.
Okay.
So, I made a screen name, and the screen name that I wanted was gone. I wanted to be called Dry Soup, okay? I thought it was funny, but
That
someone
is
took it.
funny. That's a
It's a
fucking
pretty funny name.
dope. That's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, it's a cute
quintessential Twitch
name.
chat name. That's a dope
Yeah.
name.
So I was like, I want to be Drive Suit. So it
Yeah.
was taken. So I was like, okay. And I was like, for some reason, because so many people ask me how the background story of my name is,
Yeah.
and so this is a side story. I'll just
That
add it into it.
yeah, no,
But
yeah. That'd be cringe.
I just
Imagine
put yeah.
having that as your one of your interview questions. Backspace.
Holy shit. Well, that's why we're best friends. But no, so I was like, okay, I can't have dry soup,
Yeah,
so I'll take, I thought I was like, tiny. And I was looking, I was like, maybe I want to be tiny, tiny something with food. Like
yeah,
something tiny something. And I was like, tiny kind of sounds cute. I'm tiny in real life. So
yeah.
for some reason, I don't know, the thought process for asparagus came up and I was like, you know what? Tiny asparagus. Only because asparagus is people kind of hate on it. They always like, it makes my pee smell
It
funny.
does make your pee smell funny.
People don't know how to spell it most of the time. I don't know. It's just I was like
It's
tiny
me, I'm
asparagus just
people.
but it does sound it like without sounding like tooting my own horn, it does have a nice ring to it.
No, it's a
Like
great
it's
name. Yeah.
like you're just like when you say it out loud, you're like tiny asparagus is cute. You're like, it's quirky.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? And it is kind of a long screen name. So I was like, whatever. But it was not taken. So I was like, whatever. This is just what my thought process for it was like, I'm just gonna chat with my friend on
Yeah.
their fucking stream.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm chatting, whatever. And then they were like, stop streaming like within like 2 months. So like that
The
screen
classic.
name I made, yeah. So I had an account, but I never watched Twitch. I only did that just to go click on that person's stream to talk
Yeah.
to, and they don't stream anymore. So I kind of completely forgot about it. But I
Mhm,
realized, when, COVID happened, I was like, maybe I'll do some cookie streams. I
mhm.
don't want to go on Mixer because that's my sister's skis, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'll try to be, incognito ninja. No one's gonna know. I'll just fucking, because I'm a really private person. So I don't have any social media. I didn't have any social media for a really long time. So I was like, you know what? I'll just be tiny asparagus doing
Mhm.
some cooking shows on stream.
Yeah, very
And
casual.
that would yeah, very casual.
Yeah.
And then that went to shit because, I didn't know really not much about streaming and my
Right.
cooking stuff was yeah, the cooking was great, but my whole setup and everything was scuffed. Like, I didn't know fucking jack shit about computers and shit. But so I did that for, I don't know, one or two streams. And then my sister
Mhm.
told me that Mixer went to poop
Yeah,
like that same week.
yeah,
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah. So it was like no more Mixer. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back on Twitch and stuff like that. And she was like, I was like, what happened to Mixer? And she was like, oh yeah, they just like it's done. Like it's
Yeah.
the website's, it's over. And so she's like, oh, I'm gonna go back on Twitch and blah blah. And I was like, oh shit. Well, I was like, fuck. Well, I'm gonna have to tell her because maybe in my heart, I'm like, man, she's gonna find
S
me if
so wait,
I don't
you
know,
didn't
maybe
tell your
not.
sister at all?
I didn't tell anyone.
Oh,
No.
geez, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I completely was just like, oh, like, 'cause I didn't know how long it was gonna last. I thought I was gonna do
Yeah.
this for like, fucking a week and get bored with it and go back to doing puzzles and reading books and going on hikes. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing these cookie streams and blah blah. And she was like, oh shit, really? And then she was like, no, come on. And then she got her friends to, her community to kind of like follow me and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh shit. So I was like, well. I didn't want she's like, "Well, why didn't you tell me earlier?" I was like, "Well, I didn't wanna, like, step on your seat." She's like, "No, dude." So she, like, was
Yeah.
totally gave me a lot of advice and stuff like that. And then she's like, "You should we'll play some video games together," And, long story short, she was the one that got me into Monster Hunter World,
Oh,
where
okay.
yeah, so, she was like, "Yeah, this is, like, a game that I know that you'll think is pretty looking, that's, challenging enough for you
Yeah.
that, and it's something that we can do together." And, I actually grew a lot with Monster Hunter World.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm obviously, you've seen me play it,
I
like, pretty
have.
much every day, for a really long time. So and I think a lot of my growth came from that game. And then now I started, from meeting all these wonderful people through my sister as well as the community that happened with Monster Hunter World
Mhm.
was playing all these other games. So I think it's fascinating. What I find fascinating about Twitch is I feel like people that watch video game people, like people playing video games, is
Yeah.
they like someone that is completely brand new,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
kind of seeing it from new eyes, or
Yeah.
they like a speedrunner. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
They
one or the
like
other.
really yes. So
Yeah.
the ladder in between is I mean, it's there, but it's, that comes from, befriending people and knowing communities and stuff like that, or, just click and leave and blah blah blah. But I feel a lot of people stay when it's someone's brand new to a game,
Yeah.
you know,
They wanna see
or
the
someone's just
journey.
yes,
Yeah.
or they wanna see someone that's just, like, fucking good at the game, you
Yeah.
know? So I definitely I feel that kinda contributed a little bit, but, and I feel like people were intrigued that, I didn't play as much video games coming into a video game platform. But now, I mean, been doing it a little over a year now, and
Mhm.
I'm pretty much a pro gamer. So I mean,
You are a way better gamer than I am. I'll keep it a buck. I have been I've been gaming since I was like 3, playing Street Fighter when I was a kid, like little crackhead on the sticks. And I
oh
watched
my
you play
god.
Monster Hunter World, and I have no fucking clue what's going on, but it looks very
Okay,
impressive.
I will say this. Of course, I played. Because my sister's always played video games all of her
Hmm.
life. Of course, I played little silly games like Mario Party,
Yeah,
and of
the
course, things like
classics.
that when I was a child. Yeah, when I was a child, for whatever, but definitely not as much as she has. But now I will say this about Monster Hunter World. I'm not great at it. I'm
Okay.
better at it when I'm not streaming, of course, because you get distracted with chats like that.
Yeah,
But come on, if you're streaming this game like I do 6 days a week for pretty much a whole year, you're probably gonna be pretty decent at it. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
Like,
That's true. It's like a repetition
I
thing.
was yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I was literally streaming it like maybe 4 or 5 times out of the week and for like 6, 7 hours.
Yeah, you were putting
So
in
that's
fucking hours.
yeah, so I was like really obsessed with the game and I was mean all the and then when you play with because honestly, I think I'll be really honest with you. If I played it solo, holy shit, I would not
Yeah,
be as good because I only played with people online. I played with my
right.
sister the whole time, and I played and you can play with you can either go solo, you can play with a duo, or you can play with, 3 or 4 people max,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm constantly playing with someone.
Mhm.
So when you constantly play with someone and you're fighting a monster, the let's say the aggro or the aggressionness of the monster that tries to target you is completely hoobly hop because there's so many people in the game.
Yeah.
So when it comes to skills, I spam R2 and triangle like no other. So I always joke around, but it is the truth though. If I was to do a solo play, yeah, I might be pretty decent, but I wouldn't be like from the time I put in, I probably wouldn't be that good,
Yeah.
because I don't learn the monsters really. I just kind of go through the motions and choppy choppy,
Yeah, you just
like
kinda
because it's
show up to the party. You're just there
yeah.
to vibe out. I love that.
Yeah, so but I do say that, if I'm not streaming, I don't really play games off stream at all usually.
Okay.
Um, but I have a bit before a little bit about with Monster Hunter World, but always with someone.
Mhm, mhm.
So, I think that if I played a solo run, you guys would be pleasantly surprised of how shitty I am, which is okay. It's okay. It's okay to be shitty too, in the game.
Oh,
It's for
yeah.
fun.
I think that's something that, like, will intimidate people in games like that, and, it's me, I'm people, is that, like, you see it and you see everyone's, like, collaborating, everyone's, like, you know, uh, doing their roles, and, like, it's like when my roommate got really into WoW,
Mm,
like World of Warcraft, and
yeah,
was doing, raiding or dungeoning or something.
yeah, rating, yeah, rating.
Yeah, they were doing raids, and, like, they had all these, like, plugins so you could see all their skills, and they have, like, fucking 3 skill bars, and I literally, like, tried to watch, and I was like,
It's overwhelming,
"I don't know how the
honestly.
fuck you do this." Like, I I have
Yeah, I think
wicked
yeah, it's overwhelming.
ADHD. I cannot handle this. This is visual overload.
I mean, that's how I feel about Monster Hunter World too. Like
Yeah.
if I didn't play with my sister for the very beginning of the game, I probably would have put the game down because it is very overwhelming. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful game, so it's like when you're in these maps with these forests and all these things are just in your face, like pick this up, pick this up, pick this up. It's like it's really, really overwhelming. And a lot of people that play it by themselves always give up. I've heard a lot of people they're like, oh, I have no one to play with, and the game's too hard and
Yeah.
it's too overwhelming, and they kind of they quit unless they're straight up Monster Hunter World fans because I didn't
Yeah.
know Monster Hunter World was a big ass franchise.
Mhm,
I
yeah.
really thought it was just one game, but there's like 5,000 titles of Monster Hunter World. It's crazy. So I
The
didn't know.
the one I played as a kid was the one that came out on the Wii. That was, like, the first Monster Hunter game I ever played, and apparently that one's, like, complete horseshit doo-doo awful. Like,
See, I didn't know that.
Monster Hunter fans apparently fucking hate that game to its core, and I thought it was pretty alright, like, I thought it was pretty fun, and then when the newest one came out or not, I think it was World. When World came out, everyone started playing it, and everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, fucking this is game of the year, it's, like, the greatest game I've ever played in my life," and I was like, "The, like, Wii game? Like, that everyone hated?" And then I Googled it and found it was, like, this huge, massive series, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I'm ignorant."
I'm ignorant. So,
Um,
but
um,
but I mean, I've lurked at your streams a couple times and I've watched you. you like to play a lot of like classic games. You like to play a lot of Mario,
Yeah, I'm
Odyssey. I
a
mean, I think I met you actually. You know what? I met you through the indie game bundle.
That's
You were
right.
playing you were playing Overland, can't
Oh,
remember the name.
yeah.
Over some
That game was
something.
sick. I haven't played that. I don't think I've played that
Yeah.
since I streamed it. That game was sick.
Yeah, and you had the Twitch integration, and you know what's funny when because I was pretty new to streaming still because that was last year sometimes
Yeah.
when I found you.
Yeah.
I had the indie game bundle, and I was like, you know what, I want to find someone that's playing like something from the indie game, and I was playing that recently, I guess on the stream, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, and I remember I clicked it, and it said there was only one person playing, and it was you.
That was
And it
me.
was like I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna check this person out." And I was like, "Oh my god, do you have the same bundle?" And you're like, "Yeah." You were so nice, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing." So, and I would always periodically check on you, and then you kind of went from that indie bundle for like a good week, and then you just started going Mario Odyssey or Mario Super Mario all the way. You're doing a
Yeah.
lot of Mario.
I did. You know what's funny is because I was like, I like looking back on it because I've started streaming like less and less just because I've started doing like the podcast and getting busy with like
Yeah.
real life starting back up. But it was funny, like watching you grow was really cool because you found this like community and like you grew with Monster Hunter and like you know, and then if you went over to my stream, it was like I was like, why am I not growing? It's like, well, for 1 month I like hard degen tried to learn Super Mario 64 speedrunning. And then for another month, I like hard degen Minecraft, and like I'm just a fucking goblin. Like no one.
No, but I do okay, what I do think about from let's say a growth standpoint if people were because now that I have grown quite a bit. I mean, I'm not saying I
Yeah,
haven't grown like humongously, right, but I've grown in the year that I've streamed from 5 viewers to average 75, right? That's a big jump, kind of
yeah.
not a big jump, it was gradual,
No, you're
very
a
gradual.
Chad. You're a Chad. You're elite gamer.
Chad. Chad. Don't call me a Chad, I'm Abraham Lincoln you, okay? Don't call me a Chad.
That's the title of the episode. That's the title of the episode.
um, but I will say a lot of people have, asked me like, "Oh, how did you do it? Well, where's the success of this growth and blah blah." And I
Yeah.
was like, honestly, the only thing I can say confidently that might have helped me was the consistency. Just
Yeah. No, for
doing it,
sure.
yeah, like having a schedule and adhering to that schedule and obviously not thinking of it as a job at all. Like,
Hmm.
you have to have you gotta wanna be have fun with it and not really care about the numbers and stuff like that. Just, of course, if the day that, no one talks to me, coming from someone that, has, people talking, and then someday, yeah, of course, that would be really Debbie Downer. That's probably when I probably would stop streaming, because
Yeah.
people go streaming to find and hang out with people. If not, they would just be watching YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True. Yeah.
so they want, people to engage with them. But I do say that the best part is my best advice is to even if you stream once a month,
Yeah.
if you just say, "Hey, every Monday at this time, I'm gonna be live," you'd be surprised of the growth that you'll still have because at least everyone knows you're gonna be there every Monday, even if it's
Yeah.
once a month. You don't have to go hammy like me and go, that, is a basement goblin like me, that streams 6 days a week because, I'm, I this is my sort of interaction with people. So of course I do it a lot because I like interacting with people, a
Yeah.
lot. So yeah, of course you don't have to go 6 days a week, 7 days a week, fucking 5 hours a day, don't do that if that doesn't appeal to you. But if you want some sort of growth in finding something, then I think a schedule, is nice,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
because
you need a
everyone's
hustle mentality. You need a winner's grind set is is my
a winner's grind.
advice.
You think so? A winner's grind set?
No, fuck that. I
I
think
was like,
I think when I think it's actually a huge problem, and I fell into the exact trap that you're talking about not doing is when I first started, and even up until maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, every time I streamed, I would like focus on the numbers and I would like harp on the numbers, and it's really
mhm,
unhealthy. Like it's really bad for you,
yeah,
especially like because I would go on. I have like mental illness and
mhm,
so sometimes I would just get like really depressed for 2 weeks and
mhm,
cannot get out of bed depressed, like
Mhm.
type beat. And so then I would just like not stream for 2 weeks, and all of course your numbers are going to go down if you just randomly
Yes.
don't stream for 2 weeks. And then I
Yes.
would get all upset about it. I'd be like, well, all my growth is gone. It's, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
a
No, I
hundred
feel you.
percent agree. If you're gonna stream, you have to both be totally comfortable with having like 4 viewers for a really long time,
Mhm.
and B, you can't harp on numbers. Like you say, you just got to do it to do it.
Yeah, because it did make me. I had it when I in the beginning. Like, I mean, for a really, really long time. Like people now that they meet me, they're like, "Oh shit, she probably was like this, like, forever." And I'm like,
Yeah,
no, like I was on 4 to 10 viewers for months.
yeah,
Like
yeah. It's
just
hard.
yeah, and like I had my viewer count open, and sometimes you see like, oh shit, like I remember, I had like 12 people watching me. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh shit." I was like, "Oh my god," but not really not many people talking, and then
yeah.
someone whispered me and was like, "Yeah, I want to show you my fucking dick." And I was like, "Oh my god," but I knew
There
that
it
as a,
is.
a female being on the internet that sometimes, you're going to get that no matter what. You're going to get
Yeah,
hate on the internet no matter what, some weird shit because that's just I already knew that in my mind, You kind of have to have sort of a little bit of a tough skin, a little bit to kind of handle the unpredictability of the internet.
yeah. Because
And
people
um
are fucking gross.
Yes, yes. And then I was like, "Oh, like, got 12 viewers," and then automatically, like, 3 minutes later, it was, like, 5. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
And you're
shit.
like,
What
all
did I do?" I was
right.
like, "What did I do in this
What I
5 minutes?
do.
Like, what the fuck? Like, they
Yeah.
hate me, like, they think I'm, like" what I'm saying? But, like, in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Damn, they probably think I'm some, like, cringy ass," and I reflect to myself. It's self-sabotage. You're just, like, you
Yeah.
start thinking about, all these things that you what did you I'm like then I'm like, "Oh, you know what? You know, it don't matter because it is the internet
Yeah.
and
True.
whatever. I'm just gonna hide the numbers and I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna start doing whatever I want. And I kind of got a little bit more confident and I
Mhm.
started just, kind of that's when the tiny TV show kind of came alive where I was like, you know what? Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna, but of course still, I still avoid just chatting. Just chatting's really still um a dangerous place for anyone,
Yeah.
I think, on Twitch because it's just that's where all the trolls are at, that's where all the meanies are at. But I mean, granted, there's some beautiful people that you meet from that category, but it's really difficult. Um, but yeah, I kind of, now and then I like I said, I do say that a lot of my growth came from Monster Hunter World
Yeah.
and sticking with Monster Hunter World for a while, and even other games that I played like Hollow Knight and Dark Souls.
Mhm.
I met some wonderful people through them too, but the kindness of the community of Monster Hunter World is something that I haven't found yet with any other game category.
Mhm.
Granted, I've only played a handful of games, so I like I don't know. I know that Dark Souls was kind of toxic, but
Yeah. Dark Souls is
you
super
know,
toxic.
and Hollow Knight was I wouldn't say it's as toxic as Dark Souls, but they're very like, they want to watch someone good.
Yeah, yeah.
They
It's
want
one of those games. It's very skill based. Like,
yes.
so people are
Yes.
like, they're either I find that because I didn't have it too toxic. Shockingly, as a cis white dude, I actually had no problems
Mhm.
with people
Yes.
being toxic. But
Yeah.
um
You're
um
definitely lucky.
oh yeah, I rolled so well. Like my character sheet, I rolled so well, and white privilege gets me there every time. Let's go. But I found the problem I have with the Hollow community is they're very backseaty. Like
Yes.
people would
Yes.
come in all the
Yes.
time and they'd be like, "Oh, you missed something." I'd be like, "You missed some bitches. Get out of my chat." Like,
Yes, yes. So I found that too. It wasn't as toxic as Dark Souls,
hmm
but I wasn't really in those categories for that long to really see as much. But anytime that I was playing Hollow Knight, it got really backseaty real quick. Like it was like more like new people that would talk to me. It wasn't like, "Hey, how are you?" It was more like, "Yeah, you need to equip this jewel right now and do this." I'm like, "Whoa, bro!
yeah,
Like I don't even know you." Like
yeah.
I mean, like that's the first thing you say to me. It's like, "No, do this right now." I'm like, "Oh my god."
You seem
But
lost, friend. Like,
it's like, but granted, there's some beautiful people that I've met as well, but it still hasn't trumped how many big cedars there is in Dark Souls
yeah,
and all that. And even Breath of Wild, like I started playing Breath of Wild, which is I would say one of my new favorite
it's
games, but I
so good.
haven't it's so good, right? But there's a lot of children,
Yeah.
So it's like, and those back CDs are like, you can already tell how they chat,
Yeah.
I can already tell when someone's a child in chat. That's how crazy it is. I can tell when someone is like definitely should not be on the computer, but but they're also very like backseat, much more nicer, but they're just because they're children because I do find that community very young,
Yeah.
but
I think that's the problem with streaming Nintendo games too. But you know what's funny is that I think, like, obviously being a guy helps when it comes to toxicity on Twitch because like
mhm.
no one comes into my chat and is like, show me your tits. Like that doesn't happen to
Yeah,
me. But
yeah.
like, but I
Yes.
find like like Zoomers, like the children on Twitch, I find are like meaner to like mid-20s dudes because they come on and they're like, what the fuck do you mean you haven't beaten Breath of the Wild 100%? What, are you not even a real gamer, you fucking old man? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
dude, the amount of times I've been called old on Twitch at like I started streaming when I was like 23 or 24, and everyone's like, "You look fucking old," and I'm like, "No, dude, that's just like cigarettes. Like that's not."
No, it's just I think it's because when they're Zoomers, right? When they're like, 15, 14, whatever,
Yeah,
looking at you, and when you have a beard, they just automatically, oh, beard means you're old man,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Beard
like
and does not
it's
live with mother is old man,
yeah.
and I'm always like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Holy shit. Oh, it's true though. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I get a lot of. Granted, like there was one time try to stay away from the just chatting because there was there was one time I had to do I had like a 500 follow celebration where I was going to
right.
do a giveaway, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not really playing Monster Hunter World right now, so the only category I can think of is just chatting. So
Yeah,
I went to just chatting to do the giveaway, and everyone, all the homies are in there. They're like talking about, and then like immediately, like I'm talking like 10 minutes in, some guy was like, "Yo, pop a tip for Corona" or something. I was like, "All right, well, we're gonna do the giveaway on Monster Hunter World, so we're just gonna get out of here." So it was like immediately, just immediately. I was like, I haven't been on just chatting for a really long
oh,
time,
that's
so I was
so
like, God damn
funny.
it. So I was like, all right, well, guys, and everyone's laughing because it's like because everyone's in there like, oh, tiny on
Yeah,
just chatting, it
because
might be dangerous,
yeah,
for so we did the giveaway on like Monster Hunter World, and I've never really gotten anyone that was like I've gotten a few people that when I have done that or I've talked a little bit before I get into the game if I'm in the game category. I've
hmm
only had a few people that were like, "Hey, are you gonna play the game or what?" But usually we'll explain like, "Oh yeah, like I am," but we're just talking about it. They're like, "Oh, okay, cool," and because I don't know, I feel like Monster Hunter World community is kind of very chill,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I've only gotten one person that asked me about tits on Monster Hunter World, and we were all shocked. And it was during the
Everyone was like,
it was
"What the fuck?"
whoa. Yes, we were all like, "What?" We all kind of like laughed about it, but we were like, "Damn, that's the new one. It never happened." And it
Yeah.
was because we did a charity marathon.
Right, okay.
So so I don't know if they came from a raid, right? Because it was what you're supposed to raid the next person, but
Yeah, like a rally thing, right? Or was it relay?
yes,
Relay type beat.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, like a relay thing. And someone was like, "Hey, show me your tits." And it was just like all in caps. And my sister, she's a mod for me.
Yeah.
She's like, "Bend that ass, motherfucker, show me ass." And I was like, and she was like, "Damn, on Monster World." I was like, "Damn, isn't that crazy?" And it was just like because I had a lot of people watching too because that
Yeah.
was like the marathon thing. So I was like, "Oh shit!" And she was like, "What the fuck?" It was actually really funny. I was very surprised it happened on Monster World. We were all like, "Whoa,
Comes for
what
us
was
all.
that?" Yeah, it was pretty.
I my favorite thing to do is when I was doing Breath of the Wild, because it was my first time playing it as well. I did it on stream. And when I was playing Breath of the Wild, I had the same thing where Zoomers would come in and either they would make fun of me for dying or they would like come in and they would like, I don't know, whatever, call me old or fat or stupid or whatever. And then and then I would just permaban them like immediately. Like I would just snipe
Yeah,
them at a chat. Like literally they'd be
yeah,
like, "What are you, a fucking idiot?" And I'd be like, "What are you, a fucking idiot?" Pow!
yeah.
Later, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be when I was, playing indie games or, very shy and stuff. I used to be like, "Oh, that's not very nice of you to say," and now I just don't even say anything. Now I just like they're banned. I don't even give them recognition, but I used to be like, "Oh, well, that wasn't very nice of you." And they're like,
Yeah.
"I'm just gonna have to ban you. I'm sorry." And now I'm all like, I just don't even say anything. I just like immediately, now I have a really nice pair of friends that, mod for me that help me, that they just like ban and stuff.
Yeah.
But I still have my auto mod uh, still on because sometimes,
You
mods aren't
gotta
around,
in these streets.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
Yeah,
in these streets,
you
you
gotta
gotta
have
buck
auto
up.
mod, brother. You stay strapped with auto mod, brother.
You got auto mod filter 3. You set,
Filter
dog.
3, brother.
Okay, Connor, hell yeah, brother. Yeah,
Hell
sometimes
yeah,
I mean,
brother.
yeah, they I mean, there's one time Automod took like because the game Monster World, everyone
Mhm.
calls Fatalis fatty.
Love
Okay.
that.
So a fatty always gets flagged and everyone's like, I can't say fatty here. I'm like, they're like, change your filter on your Automod. I'm like, no,
Yeah, no,
never.
fuck you, dude.
Like,
Just
yeah,
don't
like
body
it
shame the dragon, dog.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we all still call it fatty, but it's like, no, I'll accept. And there's so many times they're like, we've accepted fatty so many times. Why does Automod still flag it? I'm like, I'll never take the filtration system down because
Yeah.
sometimes it catches something that is in hindrance with like other words that you're like, oh, that's really derogatory. That's really fucked up. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that Automod caught that, so
The
I
anonymity
do.
of the internet has allowed people to say some of the most heinous shit I've ever read in
Yes.
my life. Like
Yes. Yes.
it is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so when people would come in, like, it's a meme in my chat that if I go like, okay, guys, like, because most of the time, like, I just do random bullshit on stream. Like, I was watching like Canadian reality television for like 2 weeks, just randomly. I was like, fuck
I
it,
love
guys,
that. I love
we're
that.
just gonna watch reality TV. And but like I would be like, guys, I'd like make an announcement in Discord. I'd be like, guys, we're gonna actually fucking play a video game this week. I'm so excited. We're gonna game. And then like we'd start and 2 hours of bullshit would happen like at the beginning because I would sit here and I'd be like, did you guys hear about this? And I'd like pull shit up on Twitter or like I'd pull up like a random YouTube video and I'd be like, have you guys seen the new like Binging with Babish? We're just gonna watch that right quick. And then
And they get triggered.
yeah, and like random people would come in chat, especially Breath of the Wild. They'd be like, "Are you same thing? Are you gonna play the game? Like, are you gonna actually start playing?" And I'd be like, "No, you know what? Just for that, we're watching another fucking YouTube video."
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. People have when they have that veil of that, you don't see their faces because like some
Hmm.
of the shit they say, they would never say that to you in the grocery store.
No,
You know what I'm
God
saying?
no.
Never. Like, and if they did, man, they got some really big balls. But but the most 9 out of 10, they would never ever say those things ever.
Yeah,
And it's just yeah,
I'm
but
swinging. If I sit down and play a game, if I go to an arcade, someone's like, "Are you gonna play the game?" I'm swinging.
you swear?
I'm gonna whip around. I'm gonna beat her ass, and then I'm gonna sit back down and play my video game.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah,
Take
brother.
Conan. Oh shit, but no, that's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. Twitch is interesting, I kind of stay in a little bubble
Yeah,
um most of the time and sometimes when I go out of that bubble, shit like that happens that make me it doesn't like deter me too much, but it does make me, kind of be in these like safe zones,
yeah.
just like I just know this is fun. I know this is chill for me. I don't, want to go there ever again.
It's like the Lion King. It's like those are the Shadowlands.
Yes, yes,
We
yes,
don't
yes.
go past where the light doesn't touch or whatever. How the fuck the light goes. Tiny, we have come to the last piece of the puzzle, and I would be honored if you could put the last piece of our lovely bird
Oh,
puzzle in.
actually, I left it for you.
No, but I left it for you.
No, I technically left it for you.
Well,
You weren't watching, but I put all the puzzle pieces and left one left for you.
see, I've grabbed this piece. I'm gonna put it right over here, and now I've left it for you. Actually,
Okay. What's that? Is it that was that song? The rock song? It's a power. What is it? What is it? What did you said this more
it's about
earlier?
power. It's about drive. I literally don't know anything. What is it? It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour. Put in the work. Put in the hours and take what's ours. I've heard that song so many fucking
Now we
times.
put the puzzle piece in. Hell yeah, kick over.
Hell yeah, brother.
We did
Oh, give us a little
it.
celebration. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna do this. Anytime I get hungover now, I'm just gonna sit at my computer and make a jigsaw.
Really? It's actually really comforting.
It's very
It's chill.
calming. This
Have you ever
was,
played a Slither.io? That's shit's kind of funny too.
it's like the snake one, right? Where people like eat each other and shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
basically
yeah.
you eat little balls and eat other worms or whatever. It's pretty silly. Sometimes I mindlessly play. I've used to mindlessly play that, like while talking to someone. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like a puzzle, kind of. Not like a puzzle, but kind of.
I love having, honestly, I'm gonna bookmark this. I love having because like I said, I have like really bad ADD. So if I'm trying to
Mhm.
have a conversation with somebody, like I need to do something at the same time, or
Oh, I
else
see, I see, I see,
I'm
yes.
fucked. Like literally,
Yeah.
I have so many fidget toys. I have this little ball here. Like I have
Oh!
like a bunch of pens. I have Torkoal. I have so many. Sometimes I'll literally sit at my computer and just like click a GameCube controller like
Mm.
mindlessly. I'll just sit here and like press buttons mindlessly.
I've been fidgeting with this the whole time too.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
you need it.
it yeah, especially when, you feel a little bit, like, nervous and stuff.
Yeah. Well, don't feel
Yeah.
nervous because we've had a lovely time here, and unfortunately, our time is winding down. But fortunately, it means we're gonna get to my favorite part of the show. It's the reason the show exists. It's called the lightning round.
Oh, snazzy pop. Looney Toonie in my back pocket. Let's go. Let's do this let's
Welcome, Tiny, to the lightning round. It's called the lightning round because what is going to happen is I have a prepared list of this or that questions that I
Ooh,
found on
I'm
the
so
internet,
excited.
and
I'm so excited.
1 minute on a timer, and I'm going to ask as many of these questions as we can get through in 1 minute. At the end of that minute, I'm going to compare your answers to the answers I have prepared, and we're going to see just how close we've become to being best friends.
I'm ready.
Tiny Asparagus, you ready for the lightning round?
Hit it with me.
Okay. I have my minute timer. I have my questions up. I have my pen. If you're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1. TV or movies?
Movies.
Delivery or sit down?
Sit down.
Board games or card games?
Board games.
Video games or books?
Books.
Cars or trucks?
Cars.
Buses or trains?
Trains.
Paperback or ebook?
Paperback.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Country or city?
City.
Broccoli or green beans?
Oh, actually, really, I enjoy green beans.
I like green beans. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Soda or juice?
Juice.
Pepperoni or cheese pizza?
Cheese pizza.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Damn right. Morning or night?
Nighttime.
Love or money?
Love.
I love that. We've finished our minute timer. I am going to calculate your answers, Tiny Asparagus. While I do that, now is your time to shout yourself out to all the people watching at home. Tell them what you're, where they can find you on the internet and what you're up to.
Okay. Well, my name is Tiny Asparagus on Tiny Asparagus TV show. You can find me on twitch.tv/Tiny Asparagus. Sometimes if you go on Google and just space out Tiny and then space asparagus, you can find me in a sea of pictures of asparagus with all in my face
very
that leaks to
small
my Twitter. Yes. But if you put them together on Google and just Google Tiny Asparagus with one whole word, well, you can find all my stuff on the internet. So go ahead and do that if you want. But don't forget, if you space it, you find my face
Right.
amongst the sea of vegetables.
Hell yeah, brother.
Take
Hell
on
yeah,
it.
brother.
Hell yeah, brother. But yeah.
Does anyone in like your family like actually talk like that? Is that a real
No.
thing? Okay, God.
No.
I've never met an in the flesh Southern person in my life, but I imagine they all speak like cowboys.
No, I mean, I have some friends that do sound like that.
Yeah.
But my family, not so much. A little bit from my dad's side, because he's a country boy. That yes, maybe my uncles maybe have sound like that, but my dad, he really sounds just normal, like me, kind of. I speak pretty quickly, so a lot of people actually, surprisingly enough, think I'm from Canada because I speak so fast.
Are we fast speakers? Is that
Yeah, I
a
guess
thing?
so. I guess you guys are fast speakers. You guys say
Alright.
a lot, and you guys say sorry a lot.
We do all of those things. That's actually very true.
Yeah. So, but I'm just a big city girl, so I think I just talk fast because I was grown in that area.
It's funny because we do say sorry a lot and we do say a lot, and you never notice it until someone points it out to you, or until like
Points it out.
the
Yes.
first time I went to America. This is how I realized it. The first time I went to America, I went to a Smash tournament and nobody held doors open for anybody. Like in Canada, even assholes will hold the door open. Like they'll spit on a homeless person, but they still hold the door open. Like
No, yeah. Same with the South. It's very Southern that everyone always holds the door open, kind of.
Nobody does in any American. I've been to New York and I've been to Michigan, and in both
Okay,
of those
well,
states, no one holds the door open. And I was
well,
like, this
in
is
New York,
insane.
no
This
one
is
gives a fuck,
true.
and they got rats the size of a fucking tennis shoe that is walking around, and they don't care. New York is. I've been to New York a couple times, and it definitely is a lot of diversity and a lot of history. But holy shit, they are on some weird like time where they just don't give a fuck.
They're
They're
on
like, you
Mexican
get out
time.
of my way. Yeah, they are for real. And if you go to the South, honestly, if you go to the South, King Cake, if you go to Texas, for example, you're gonna find a lot of people that have like a lot of Southern hospitality,
Mhm.
and then it's gonna be like there's a really evenness of really people that don't really give a fuck, but they're really polite and they'll still
Yeah.
open the door, and then you get like the people that like are really polite, but they want a small talk, and the small talk turns into like 30 minutes, and you're like, holy shit, you're so annoying. Please don't talk to me like that. They're like, they hold open the door at the bank. They're like, hey, you kind of look like my cousin. And then you're like, oh, yeah, no, not really. Well, where are you from? Come over here. You're like, holy shit, I just want to deposit my check. They're like, no, no,
Yeah.
no. And then you talk to them for like 30 minutes and but it's like, it's funny because you don't want to be mean. But then
Yeah.
you're like talking to this random stranger for 30 minutes.
The worst is
You're like,
like, cause so when I go out, right, like I don't, what you see is what you get. I'm a very, I'm a very like on my
same.
sleeve person. You know what I mean? So like,
Yes.
I look like I do. I wear this baseball cap every single day. I'm gonna wear it until it disintegrates into dust, and then I
I
wear my
love
like
that.
shitty graphic T-shirts and my like stained sweatpants. So when I go places, I attract racists. Like they flock to me.
Holy shit.
So you'll be standing in line, and I'm like, I'm a pretty friendly guy, right? Canadian, so we all talk to each
Yeah.
other, right? And so I'll be sitting in line, and someone will be like, "Man, this line's taking a long time, right?" And I have to weigh my options of like, how is this conversation gonna find out that he's actually a Nazi? Because we're gonna talk, and then
Jesus Christ.
midway through somewhere, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, and the teller is Asian, so that," and I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, no, abort!" Abort! I'm not racist. I swear to God, I'm not racist.
Holy shit.
Tiny, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I want you to know
Oh shit.
I
So
want you to
true.
know in our lightning round, you scored a grand total of 9 out of 16 points, which where I'm from, that's a pass.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's a clean pass. That's above
Oh.
50%. And in Canada, that gets you a degree. Cha-ching.
Out of all your guests, was I the lowest?
No, I once had someone who quite legitimately, I think, got like 5 out of 12 or something, like
Oh,
or
okay,
like
okay.
4 out of 12. Like, but that's at the end of the day, that's what the show's all about. Because at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
what we really prove is that whether you like countries or cities, summer or winter, day or night, you too can meet people and become best friends in just one conversation, unless they're a pancake loving freak, in which case that's not allowed.
Hell no, brother.
Hell no,
Mm-mm.
hell no, brother. Hell no,
Hell no.
brother. Tiny, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I want to thank everybody out there in podcast land who's either listening or watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to say this. If you are a fan of the show, if you've been here a while, you know that we get to 100 subscribers. We made a deal, you and I. If I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, I'll shut the fuck up about it forever. I want the custom URL, and
Yeah.
then everyone can unsub. That's it. I want it. I want youtube.com/OldKingCake, and then everyone can unsub.
You're gonna get it. We're
On
gonna we're as best friends unite, we're gonna get you there. Okay.
Fuck
Hell yeah,
yes.
brother. And then afterwards, you don't have to shut the fuck up. You just keep on talking. And if everyone makes fun of you, you just tell them, hey, Abraham Lincoln your ass. And they're gonna be like, what? And then
That's
you
my new threat. The next time a toxic chatter comes in, I'm gonna be like, I will Abraham Lincoln you. I will Abraham Lincoln your
Hiya.
mom. Shut the fuck up.
Hiya! You're like, what do you do? You're like, yeah, Abraham. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Hiya.
I want to. If you are listening at home, if you are subscribing on YouTube, that's great. You can also like, comment, and share the video. It helps quite a bit. If you've made it all to the end, thank you so much. I know some of these videos run kind of long, so if you're listening to this on a podcasting platform of your choice, we're on all of them, as far as I know, all the cool ones at least. So you can make sure to give us an above average rating of, a star rating that is above 4 and below 6 would be pretty
5
tight.
stars, 5 stars,
It'd be
5
pretty tight.
stars.
I'm not saying Tiny's saying it. Tiny's saying 5 stars. I'm just saying above 4, below 6. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
you can like and share with all your friends on there too. I want to give a shout out to our best friends, Isabel Wing for the intro to our podcast and Seth Mellon for the outro to our podcast. Make sure you follow Tiny Asparagus wherever she is on the internet at Tiny Asparagus. The brand is so strong. You can follow me everywhere on the internet at OldKingCake, no spaces, all caps, all caps. And
All
that's
camps.
that's all the time that we have for this week. So remember that your mom was your best friend at one point. So give her a call, and we'll see you next week.